1. The crash. The storm swallowed my ship whole. One moment I was cruising through the upper atmosphere of the uncharted planet X-427, and the next, my navigation system screamed in protest as an electromagnetic pulse, something unnatural, ripped through my engines. The Starhawk groaned, shuddered, and then plummeted. I blacked out on impact. When I woke, rain pelted my face. The wreckage of my ship smoldered around me, twisted metal hissing in the downpour. My leg was pinned under a collapsed bulkhead, blood mixing with the mud. I groaned, trying to pull free, but the pain was unbearable. That's when I saw her. At first, I thought it was a hallucination, some oxygen-deprived nightmare. She stood at the edge of the wreckage, half hidden in the storm's gloom. Her limbs were too long, her skin a shifting iridescent black like oil on water. Her face. God, her face. No human features, just smooth reflective planes where eyes and a mouth should have been. Monster. I reached for my sidearm, but it was buried under debris. She tilted her head, studying me. Then, in a movement too fast to track, she was beside me. I flinched, waiting for death. Instead, her fingers, cold, smooth, not quite solid, brushed my leg. The pain vanished. The metal pinning me down warped, bending away as if the alloy had turned to liquid. She stepped back, watching. I scrambled up, breath ragged. What are you?" She didn't answer. Then, impossibly, she danced. Right there in the rain she spun, her body moving in ways that defied human anatomy, fluid and hypnotic. The downpour didn't touch her. The drops bent around her, like she was repelling them without effort. And for some reason, it didn't feel threatening. Felt like she was happy. To the truth in the ruins. Followed her. Not because I trusted her. I didn't, but because I had no choice. My ship was destroyed, my comms dead. If this creature knew a way off this rock, I had to play along. She led me through the jungle, her steps silent, her form flickering at the edges, like a glitch in reality. The deeper we went, the stranger the terrain became. The trees weren't organic. They were grown from some kind of metallic alloy, their leaves crystalline. The rain made them sing, a haunting, chiming melody. Finally we reached ruins. A city, or what was left of it. Towers of black stone, smooth as glass, jutted from the earth, their surfaces etched with symbols that moved when I looked at them. "What is this place?" I whispered. She turned to me, and for the first time her face changed. The smooth surface rippled, forming something almost human. A mouth, eyes. She spoke, but not in words. Images flooded my mind. A civilization. Advanced. Peaceful. They didn't conquer the stars. They merged with them. But something came for them. A force from beyond the galaxy. A hunger. They fought. They lost. She was the last. The last of her kind, a being of pure energy and thought, trapped in a form that wasn't hers, forced into something physical to survive. And now, she was alone. I stumbled back, gasping. You're not a monster." She tilted her head again, then reached out, pressing a hand to my chest. Another vision. Me. Laughing. Dancing with her in the rain. Holding her like she was something precious. She wasn't showing me the past. She was showing me what could be. Free the choice. I should have left. The logical part of my brain screamed at me to run, to find a way off this planet before whatever killed her people came back. But I didn't. Days passed. Weeks. I learned her language. Not words, but emotions, images. She showed me how to manipulate the ruins' technology, how to summon light from the stones, how to make the rain dance in patterns. And she loved the rain. Every storm she would rush outside, her form shifting, spinning, laughing in a way that wasn't sound but feeling. And sometimes, She'd reach for me. I danced with her. Should have been terrifying. Her touch was cold, her body not quite solid. But when she held me, it was like being wrapped in starlight. Then the signals started. Faint at first. Distress beacon. Human. A rescue team. My way home. She knew before I did. That night, as the rain fell, she didn't dance. She just watched me, her face unreadable. I opened my mouth. She pressed a finger to my lips. Then she showed me one last vision. Alone. Waiting. Forever. Choke. She didn't stop me when I packed my things. For the storm before the silence. The rescue ship landed at the edge of the ruins. I stood at the treeline watching the crew step out, their voices loud, human. One of them saw me. "Holy hell, Captain Vera. You're alive." I didn't answer. I looked back. She was there, just beyond the trees, her form flickering in the rain. For a second I hesitated. Then I turned away. The crew cheered as I boarded, slapping my back, shouting about miracles. The engines roared. The ship lifted off. Through the viewport I watched the planet shrink below. And just before the clouds swallowed it whole, saw her, dancing, alone. 5. The return. They called me a hero. A survivor. I gave my report. Said the planet was dead, barren. No signs of life. No signs of her. They believed me. Months passed. I tried to forget. But then the dream started. Her voice. Her touch. The way the rain bent around her like a lover's embrace. And one night, as I stood on the observation deck of my new ship, staring at the stars, rained. Inside. Drops formed in the air, defying logic, swirling in patterns I knew too well. And then, a whisper. Come home. Closed my eyes. And smiled. They called me a hero. A survivor. I gave my report. Said the planet was dead, barren. No signs of life. No signs of her. They believed me. For months I tried to forget. I buried myself in work, in the monotony of star charts and system diagnostics. But the silence between the stars was too loud. Every time I closed my eyes I saw her, long limbs twisting in the rain, the way the storm seemed to breathe around her. And then the dreams started. Not dreams, memories. Her voice, if you could call it that. A hum in my bones, a whisper in my blood. The way her fingers had felt against my skin, cold and electric, like touching the edge of a singularity. The way she had looked at me in those final moments before I left. Her faceless face somehow full of sorrow. You could have stayed. I woke up gasping, my sheets soaked with sweat. The crew noticed. "Captain, you look like hell," my first officer, Rin, said one morning, handing me a cup of synthetic coffee. "Nightmares." I stared at the black liquid, watching the ripples. "Something like that." She hesitated. Was it the crash? The planet? I didn't answer. That night, I stood on the observation deck, staring at the void. My reflection in the reinforced glass was hollow-eyed, gaunt, man-haunted. And then, a drop of water hit the deck. I frowned, looked up. Another, and another. Vein. Inside the ship. Impossible. The aurora was sealed, climate-controlled. There was no way. The drops hung in the air, suspended, shimmering. Then, slowly they began to move. Swirling. Dancing. My breath caught. A shape formed in the mist. Tall, slender, iridescent black. Not a memory. Not a dream. Here. She stepped forward, and the ship's lights flickered. The air smelled like ozone and wet earth. Her form was different now. Less solid, more like smoke given sentience. But her presence was the same. That same quiet, aching loneliness. I should have been afraid. I wasn't. You found me, I whispered. She didn't speak. She didn't need to. Instead, she reached out. And in her palm, a vision. The ruins, glowing under a double moon. The rain, endless and sweet. A place where time didn't matter. Where I wouldn't grow old. Where I wouldn't be alone. Where she wouldn't be alone. I let out a shaky breath. You want me to come back? A tilt of her head. I laughed, raw and broken. I don't even know what you are. She stepped closer. The rain bent around her, around me now like a shield, like an embrace. Pulse. Feeling deep in my chest. Does it matter? Closed my eyes. And remembered the way she had danced. 6. The choice again. The Aurora was scheduled to dock at Kepler Station in 12 hours. I stood in the hangar bay, staring at my escape pod. Rin's voice crackled over the comm. Captain, you coming? We've got debrief in 10. I keyed the mic. Go without me. I'll catch up. You all right? I looked down at my hands. They were shaking. No, I said softly. But I will be. I severed the comm link. The pod's hatch hissed open. I didn't take supplies. Didn't take a weapon. Just the coordinates. *X, 427*. Still uncharted, still unnamed. Still hers. The autopilot engaged. The Aurora shrank behind me. And then, the void. The silence. The waiting. 7. The last dance. The pod crashed in the same jungle. This time I wasn't afraid. I crawled from the wreckage, coughing, my knees sinking into the mud. The storm raged overhead, the same as before. The same as always. And there she was, waiting. I stood dripping, aching, alive. She didn't move. So I did. I stepped forward, reached out. Let my fingers brush her impossible skin. He shuddered. And then, he danced. And this time I danced with her.